Hey there, everybody. Welcome to PinPoints, the ins and outs of location marketing. I'm Bernardo. I'm here in PinMeTo, Portugal. Who better to be here with me today than our own Malin Dotevall? Hello, Malin.
Hello, Bernardo.
How are you? All
I'm
good.
very well, thank you. How are you today?
I am fantastic. I know you are in our headquarters in Sweden. How's the weather in Sweden?
It is cold. The sun is shining today, though, but it is freezing cold here.
Yeah, it's a cold sun, as nobody says. Uh, it's interesting that we came up with a tagline for this show. We call it a show, as to be the ins and outs of location marketing. It's a reference to Stephen King's The Shining, of the Overlook Hotel, because sometimes location marketing can be a little bit of a nightmare. Don't you agree?
I definitely agree with that.
And yeah, PinMeTo is here to make things easier. But let's not go there yet. Let's talk about the thing that brought us here today, which is location posts, which is a very important element in location data and marketing for locations. Very tricky and complicated question for you. The first one is, what is a location post?
So maybe we should even step it back and talk about location
Let's do
pages as well. So on Facebook, you can have local pages uh, representing each or it could be a one business place, so one cafe in one city, but it could also be a chain containing hundreds of stores or gyms. And all of these can be connected in what we call a location structure. And on all of these pages, you can reach your local market, local customers using posts and other types of information and content.
Mhm. Let's have a Facebook as an example. How does that work? So basically, let's think about a company. That company has their own Facebook page. They have a lot of locations and stores. For example, what does that mean in terms of local pages? So basically, we have the main page where everybody goes if they search on Facebook. What is a location page on Facebook specifically?
So, compared to a main page or brand page, a local page would have an address to start off with. So, it's some place that people can visit. So, generally, a main page, that's where you handle your brand on a higher level. While a local page, really, you're getting into your customers and the local business, where it's happening and where your customers are.
Yeah. So basically, it's a page that is more specific to the store or to the place rather than the brand itself. So it's something that it's closer to the client. So basically, what is the difference between searching for brand pages and location pages when you go on Facebook? So we are searching for something, what pops up first? So does it takes in consideration where we are at that moment? What kind of data it requires to pop up a location page?
Yeah, so I can actually share my screen and we can have a look.
Let's have a look at that. So let's share Malin's screen. There you go. So
There,
you made us, you search for something, basically
yep.
our own pin me too.
I went for pin me too this time, indeed.
Yeah.
So there's a few different criterias. So, for example, we're not a very big company yet. We do have quite a few locations, but not that many.
Yeah.
So, when searching for pin me too, the first page that turns up is our main page, our brand page. And then we do get some of the location pages. So as you can see, I liked our local Swedish offices, both of them, because why not?
Hmm.
Um, And this is generally what it looks like. And then we
So
can go.
the brand page brand page always comes first.
Not always, but it will always come as a top result if you
Mhm.
search for brand with a proper structure behind it.
And the remaining pages, what kind of criteria do they have in terms of the ranking on the search results?
So it's based firstly on where the user is,
Hmm.
that person's location. But then it does also come down to reviews, how popular the page is, so how many likes there are, and then also the user's um, history, search history, and so on. So why the Polish office is before my local office is because I've been visiting that quite a few times the past week.
Okay.
So why that's up for me. But if you go in and search, it might look different.
That's very interesting. So before we dive into the difference between the brand page and the location page, how does that work? So how do we, or we as a company, how do we activate location pages? But also something before that, why are they important? So why a company should have these pages activated? What's the importance? What's the difference does it make to their online presence?
So having local pages would always be important, not only due to marketing and being able to spread local information, um, but it's a great way to connect with your audience. Then, when it comes to a location structure, so if you have more than 3 locations, I would say it is worth like putting in the effort and adding it to the structure. So, the
Hmm.
first difference is that Google or Facebook does help customers find you and your business. And if it's in a structure, it does help it even further to get the local pages to the local people.
Hmm.
And then it's also a lot easier to handle the locations because you'll get a dashboard where you have all locations in a list. So you can edit open hours and address and add new locations in a really easy way.
Yeah, which can be different from location to location. And guide us through the structure. So you have we are seeing here the main page. It's easy to identify because it's right now it's verified, so it's the one that has the blue dot. But basically, guide us through this structure, please. That PinMeTo has, so it
Yep,
can be as an example to other companies.
definitely. Yeah. So we have the main page here, and it's the only page that doesn't have what we call a location descriptor. So there's no extra city or anything behind it. And
Exactly.
we'll have a look at the page as well. Here we go. So this is our main page now. So we'll just scroll down a little bit. We have a few posts that we have made. Here's some information about the company, and we have the check-ins. So on local pages, people can check in and they can let their friends and family know that they've been to a spot. They might leave a review and so on. And all this will be accumulated on the main page
Oh, that's great.
to allow your brand to really buff up and show that people are there and that you are popular.
Yeah, that is really awesome. By the way, if you're a marketeer and you are not following our page, and please go there and like it. I don't know what you're doing of your life if you're not liking us. um, all right. So basically, this is the as the main page. It has the most important information, but the generic information of the company, right?
Exactly. So this is really like a brand page. So this is where you want to show off who you are as a company, as a business. Uh,
Exactly.
yeah. And then there is a little tab up here called stores, and this is available on all the pages in the structure. So we'll have a look at it.
In our case, it will show up the locations of our offices in this case. There you go. So here are the locations of our offices. We can zoom in and yeah.
And here we have our, let's go for the Nordic offices. And Poland is there as well. And so this is what it looks like. So a customer can view all the locations that you have. And then if you want to visit one page, you can do that as well. So let's go to the Malmö office page. So now we're looking at our local office page. So currently we're at PinMeTo Malmö. So the main difference here is that there is a so-called location descriptor. So the location descriptor should define where your location is. So it could be a city, as we have. It could be a street name, the name of the shopping mall that your location it is in. But it should really define where your location is and help the customers find you.
And this information is filled automatically by Facebook if the user doesn't specifically says exactly what that is, right?
Yep. So if you don't choose your own location descriptor, it would be the street, the city, and the country generally.
And what can we find in a location page that is different from a brand page, basically?
So on a location page, people can check in, as I mentioned earlier on the brand page. So this is where people show that they have been to a local spot. And this is where you can leave reviews and so on and spread the word about the actual location and not
I notice. Sorry, Malin. I noticed that the column to the left has much more information than the brand page. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yep. So on a local page, you of course you add the address, but you can also add more information about the local spot. So we still have the check-ins here, but it's a little bit lower than the brand page, since this is what's been going
It's
on the
just
local page.
yeah, it's just this location. Yes,
Yep.
it's not the aggregated amount that appears on the brand page. Yeah.
No, exactly. And of course, here we have also added some messages. We've added open hours, and a few other bits and pieces.
Very, very nice. Someone who goes into this page will have more information about that physical place itself, not the brand page, but information that is only related to that specific location, which is super great if you are, I don't know, if you have a store and you are doing a special promotion just for that place or region. You can actually do it here. What else do we need to know about these pages?
So on these pages, you can also, as you mentioned, promote information and local content rather than just using the brand content. So we make posts on both our brand page and all our local pages. So it's really important to follow both. I mean, if you're interested in a brand, follow the main page to follow what's going on a business level, and then follow your local page if you want local content. There might be offers out, or yeah, and it could be important information about your local spot as well. If there's closures or other information.
Yeah, absolutely. But before we go into the posts themselves, we can actually do something which is mirroring the posts that are on our brand page to here. If let's say the company doesn't have the capacity to create content for all these pages, it's still important to have them, and you can mirror the information from the brand page.
Yes, that is correct. You can mirror the information. And what that does is it populates the page. So it's just it's a copy of the post. So if somebody comments on a local page, that comment will be seen on the brand page as well. So it is different compared to actually creating local content and posting on the local pages. since it's just a copy, it won't reach out to your local followers.
Yeah,
It will only reach out to people beyond the page.
exactly.
It will only reach people's walls if they follow the brand page, the main
Yeah,
page.
I think it's super important that people take that in consideration. That it's super great for a user or a prospective customer or a usual customer to actually have tailor made content about the store that they used to go the most. Of course, about the brand, but that's why brand pages exist. But the local pages are also super important. Something that when I joined the company PinMeTo some months ago, 6 months ago, which is interesting. I'm here for 6 months already. That's fantastic. It's my anniversary almost. Um, what what is basically what is the impact on the searchability when you actually have the pages activated? And before going into how to activate them, etc., what why people should actually have this, and what impact does it make to the search engine when do you have local pages activated on Facebook?
So, according to Facebook, they will always suggest local pages that have address and open hours and so on before showing users a brand page. So
Oh, that's interesting.
yeah. So that's the like most important thing to consider, and why you're not have or why you don't have local pages. Um, I mean, do it. There's
Yeah.
no reason not to have it. It is easy to manage. So there are awesome tools to use, and having local pages will also open up
I,
marketing, local
yeah.
marketing, and creating ads for your local users.
I heard about an amazing tool to manage this, which is PinMeTo. I don't know if you heard about that, but we'll go into that in a bit. Um, let's talk about organic reach. So I live in a town where there's two stores, and I'm searching, and I want to know, and I want to go there, or I want to drive in. You know, we are living in these times of pandemic. Maybe I can drive into that store and purchase stuff from the window. Um, what is in terms of organic reach? What the brand? What is the earning? The actual value for the brand when people are searching for it on Facebook. What do you think these location pages make in terms of organic reach? What's the difference in terms of value?
So, and that's also what Facebook say, that people who follow local pages, there's a higher chance that they will see posts made on local pages rather than posts from a brand page.
Mm-hmm.
So posting organically on all your pages is as important as having local pages.
Mm-hmm. That's really interesting. And there's still a lot of organizations and companies who have chains, who have stores that don't have this activated, and they are missing a lot, right?
They are indeed. So if you are a brand and you do have a chain of locations, it is a lot easier to handle it through a structure, and it will help the searchability as well, as Facebook will be able to see and connect your locations within the system and provide users with as localized information as possible.
So, Malin, how does it all work? Basically, they come pre-activated. Do we have to activate these local pages uh, on Facebook? If someone wants to actually start working on these pages, how does it all work?
So I would say that step one is having a business manager, from which you can handle pages, users, ad accounts, anything business related when it comes to both pages and the business itself.
Absolutely,
So
and it's free, so you can activate the business manager, and you'll get much more tools to work on your page. Yeah,
yeah, there is a lot of value in having a business manager, definitely. So
it's not the person. If someone is thinking, "Oh, but I don't have the money to hire a business manager," no, no, no. It's actually the name of the tool on Facebook that allows you to have more tools to manage your business. So it's not the person.
nope, it's not. And from the business manager, you can actually create the structure. So and before you do, all you need to have is a main page, a brand
Mhm.
page, and from there it's a few steps, and then you can create and add all your locations. So
Absolutely.
it is a process, but it is worth it.
Yeah.
And
And
if there
it's
are
super
questions,
easy to set up anyway. It's super easy to set up.
yep. And then, of course, if there are questions or issues or anything, then companies such as PinMeTo, we are there to help you.
Absolutely. And we will show how in a little bit. Okay. We have location pages, but we need content there. So from a location page, what is a location post?
So, from a location page or a post can be any kind of content that you want it to be. So, we use a mixture of local content and brand content, but we always make sure it's organically posted across all our pages. So, it's never mirrored down from the brand page. Um,
So it's
so, I,
another added value for the search engine of Facebook to make your page more visible if you post content there. So basically, it's publishing content on your local page. So that content, likely, it's more important for it to be tailored to the place, right?
yep, yeah, that's
Like
it.
promotions, like this is the CD, like things that are important to the customer that are closest to that store.
Yep, exactly. And posting
So
organically, yeah, as
you
you
were speaking
mentioned.
about?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you were mentioning the organic part. So what is the difference between you having your local page set up, always cool, perfect, but you don't publish anything? So what's the added value of you publishing content on the local page?
The primary answer to that is reach.
Yeah,
Actually reaching out to your local audience, whether it's
everybody loves reach.
yeah, exactly. Everybody loves reach. And it's I mean it's local audience, it's people who follow you already, it's people you want to reach out to as and yeah, and receive new customers, new followers and so on. So if you
And
don't
people who can just stumble upon you
yep,
and become a client. Yep.
precisely.
That's really great. I really believe that if you're not doing this already, that's a must. So Facebook is super relevant. You are there for sure with your page. So why not create individual pages to each one of your locations? I think that that's super important. Malin, so just a case study. Imagine that we have tons of followers on our brand page, and we have not that many on a local page. That is super valuable too, right?
Yes. So even if the brand page has more followers, there's a higher percentage of posts that reach from local levels rather than the brand page.
Hmm.
So that's why it's super important to keep up the local posting as well if you want to reach local, yeah, your local audience again.
Yep. And again, if you don't have the capacity or time to publish, you can always do that mirroring of posts from the brand page to the local pages. I think we
Yeah.
went through all of that. So um, in terms of best practices here, and before we show how PinMeTo can help you on with this, best practices with local pages and best practices with local posts.
Best practices with local pages is make sure you have them.
Of course,
And if
this
you
is
have
number
multiple,
one.
yeah, number one, if
Have
you have
them.
multiple stores or gyms or cafes or restaurants, make sure you're set up in a structure as well, and that it's not just local pages. Um, I would say is really important. And then the third thing is make sure they're up to date. Make
Yep.
sure you have the right open hours, that the address and the pin, that it's all correct, and as well as any of the other information. Because in the end, everything you add will help your local SEO, and help you reach out to hopefully new people and new
Yep.
customers.
It has happened to everybody that went online to check for a store, and it's open. It says it's open online, and then you go there and it's closed, and that's awful for your brand, for the customer who gets mad. I already got mad on a few ones. So please, yeah, it's super important for you to get the information updated there, especially in these times. We don't know if the store is open, what's available there. So it's super important for you to get your customers updated, customers and prospective customers updated on your local pages. So this is one of probably the most important best practice, right? Have them and have them updated.
Exactly. And yeah, and as you said, if it is wrong, then bad reviews can be knocking on your door. And they might not be bad reviews on Facebook, they could be bad reviews on other networks. So,
Absolutely. That are super relevant too. And then your brand perception, gets a very low value, and that's not good. Yeah.
so yeah, so I would say those are the like, yeah, top three important things to consider with local pages.
In terms of posts, what
Yep.
what do you think it's the post that drives more traffic, so to say, on a local page? What customer wants to see or wants to get in terms of content from a local page?
So I think, yeah, what type of content depends on what your business does.
Of course.
But I think it is really important for local people to feel included. And so if you're spread across different countries, write what's going on in the specific country, or the specific city. If there are local campaigns or so on, really use your local pages and reach people through them,
Yep.
and then have the brand connect on a business level. So you know what's going on in the bigger picture. Um,
Yep. Absolutely. And for sure, this is the kind of question that I will ask you, but for sure you do. Uh, there must be brands doing this and nailing it super, and doing it super well. Um, do you have any example, any innovative and super well, a way that was done super well in terms of location page management, without mentioning any brand? But do you have any example where brands stood out using these?
yeah, I've seen a few great ideas actually.
Like what? Like any discount, stuff like that?
Yeah, so there have been campaigns, like with offers and so on, that have been really successful on a local level.
Hmm.
So especially for companies within maybe restaurants and cafes and so on. And then I've seen a lot of companies use the check-ins.
Yep.
So if you check in, you can get a free coffee, or you can get a free day at the gym, if you're
That's
into
cool.
that as well. And I think they've been really successful, actually, really engaging people. And it could be
Absolutely.
on a local level or a national level, even having people try out your different locations. It's yeah.
Well, and you were mentioning the check-ins that people can do in these location pages. What's in it? What brand can get from these check-ins?
So check-ins are really important because they aggregate posts from the user who check in. So their friends and their families will be able to see your business. So it's a word of mouth basically, and it's a
That's awesome.
really yeah really important feature. And I think it's good that Facebook have added it because it spreads the word
Yeah,
about
that's
your.
so basically what you mean is that so I go to a coffee shop, I check into that coffee shop, and other people that are on my radar, that are part of my that are my friends on Facebook, they will see that I checked in on to that location, to that coffee shop.
Exactly.
So it's that it's what you're mentioning, it's word of mouth, so they will know that I was there, and maybe they want to go there too. So it makes customers ambassadors
Yep.
of the company.
Ambassadors, influencers, whatever word you want to use. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
check-ins are a really important feature and a great one to use.
That's really great. So do your have incentives for people to check in. You mentioned it, so people can do like offer a cup of coffee or something if they do check in. I've seen some you can buy it on eBay or anywhere else, where you can actually see like a screen with the check-ins going up and up. That's super cool to have it on your desk, on the coffee shop, for example, which is really awesome. And in do that add that incentive for people to check into the place, because you see their friends will know that they checked in. So it's free advertisement.
It
Okay.
is, and as a user, let people know what good places are out there. Share
Yep.
your favorite coffee spots, especially now. Get
Absolutely, we need to
yep,
help them.
yep,
It's a way for you to help your local businesses if you do check in there in their local pages, because people will get to know them if they don't already, and that's really great. So I think it's an incentive, especially as you mentioned in these times, for you to check in. It's free. You don't have to pay anything for that, and you are helping a local business. So this is really important. Okay, zooming out, let's talk. You mentioned campaigns. Zooming out from where we were, let's talk about advertisement. Uh, how local pages make advertisement easier to reach out to customers.
yes. So having local pages or a local structure opens up to more tools within Facebook ads, store traffic ads, and so on. So it's
Oh, that's
just
really great.
just another reason to have local pages.
So you can actually target your customers much better if you have local pages on a
Yep.
campaign.
Yes.
For a social media manager, and for people who do have businesses and want to have their businesses seen and have a presence online, of course insights is it's very important, for you to measure how many people visited your page, the check-ins, as you were just saying. um, Guide us through the insights. So basically, insights on brand pages, everybody knows what they can get, but what kind of insights they can get from local pages?
So it's more or less the same, with of course the added functionalities of check-ins and of course likes
And
and
it's more targeted.
Yeah, so it's based on what's going on the local page.
Hmm.
So yeah,
That's
that's
awesome. That's awesome for you to get information in data. Of course, data from a specific location, which is super great. I heard of a company who can help people because some companies have tons and tons and tons of locations, hundreds or thousands. It's quite impossible for a team to manage all of these locations, right? It's actually impossible. You would need to have like an army of social media managers to do it. Do you agree with me or not?
yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Because it's
So
true.
it
I
is,
think
it is extra. It is work behind it,
it,
definitely.
it's a big drama if you want to do it by yourself. That's why PinMeTo can help you with that. And what can PinMeTo do for your company?
Yeah, so we have already talked about the importance of posting on local pages. At the moment, in order to do so, you have to post on each page. However, we decided to create a tool for that. So let me show you what it looks like in PinMeTo.
All right, let's share your screen again and specifically on our platform, our beautiful platform. There you go. So uh, just to frame it. So basically, PinMeTo has a couple of services. You have the listing services where you can list all of your locations in one place. You have the brand reputation, so you can say we call it listen and respond, where basically what you can do there is to actually listen to what people are saying and get feedback to them and understand what is the perception of your brand online. And finally, you have a place on our platform called location posts. What can we do here?
Yeah, so this tool allows you to create one post, which can then be published to all your locations or some of your locations or just one location. So that's up to you.
Hmm.
But the idea behind it is to really help you save time and still be able to post to all the pages and reach out to all your local audience in an easy way.
Yeah, and on the go. So this is super simple to use. You can add images, videos, links, whatever you want. You can tailor your message, tailor make your message to each location. Uh, there's a very funny feature, not funny, but very useful, where you can add these tags there that where the mouse is, where you can add those tags, and then magically our platform will publish, depending on the name of the city or the address. There you go, an example, or the phone number of your location, which is super awesome. Malin, what is the difference between managing it on your own and managing it with PinMeTo?
Yeah, so on Facebook, you would have to publish posts on each of the pages, which is why many companies choose to instead just mirror from the brand page, even though it doesn't do anything.
Hmm.
So the big difference here is that you are creating local posts in the same way as you would be on Facebook, except it will reach out to all or any desired pages instead.
That is really awesome. Also, it's really awesome for another reason, which is you may add as many users as you want. So it's the amount of users do not increase the pay, the fee that you pay to PinMe2. And for example, you can give access to the store manager, and the store manager can publish content that is dedicated to that store specifically. Or you can be just one person managing 600 stores and publishing tailor made content for that specific store, but on the go. And from this place only, which is really really awesome and saves a lot of time, saves a lot of money. And yeah, people should really really try it. It's super super awesome. um what else I hear from our PinMeTo platform? We People can get, they can schedule their
Yeah.
posts.
So you can schedule the post. Maybe you're on vacation for a full week, and you'll safely know that okay, my work here is done. My posts are scheduled, so you can just enjoy your week, and nobody else has to um, go in and do it for you and risk destroying everything. Okay, no, that sounds bad,
Yeah,
but you know what I
absolutely.
mean. Or you can publish it immediately, and then you can manage all the insights. And as you mentioned, we do have tools for handling comments and yeah, managing anything that has to do with the posts and the pages.
That's really cool. And we will be back soon in an upcoming episode to talk about Instagram, talk about Google. Um, I think these are super cool, and this is an example on for Facebook. And you're missing out if you're not using these local pages. I think you are actually missing out on a lot of things in terms of marketing. Let's get rid of, oh, it's this side. I was doing this side. Let's get rid of this. See how magic it had the sound and everything. So, Malin, to wrap up, location pages, location posts, super important for marketing, super important for your presence online, for your brand. Um, what do you think for the future? Uh, Setting up the pages now, what people can get in 1 year time, what kind of insights, information they can get so they can improve their presence online and even their understanding their own business and then their own customers.
So what you can gain in a year, I can't even think of that. There's so
But it's
much.
good, but it's
Yes,
good.
yes, it's all good. Definitely all good. But it's, yeah, reaching audience, getting new customers, getting new followers, and growing your business using the local pages and being local. And yeah,
Absolutely. Even a brand that is massive and it's a worldwide brand can do this and can have this connection to your customer who lives in that specific location. And this is really awesome because you have massive companies. If you go to our website on pinmeto.com, you can find a few case studies too, where massive companies do this and they get a lot from it. So you're really missing out if you're not using these local pages, and if you're not creating content and using the local posts. Super great. Thank you very much, Malin, for being here. Will you return?
definitely we will return. And thank you for tuning in.
I was fearing that you would say no. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here with us. I'm Bernardo. Malin is Malin is here. We'll be back next week with another topic to speak about location marketing. It's a nightmare sometimes, but we have the solution for you. So tune in next week. We'll be back. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.